What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel for another episode of the FM21 tactic tester. We have yet another creator on the channel today, a brand new creator, someone from my Discord, someone from my Twitch stream. It's going to be great to welcome him onto the series and take a look at his tactic. However, before we get into things, let's remind you guys of the rules and the current state of our top 10. So then, guys, a quick reminder of the rules. All tactics must have a proven record of success or achievement. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test. That will be Arsenal in this simulation. No transfers are allowed to be made in either transfer window by the team. Tactics will be loaded in and the whole season will be simulated in one sitting. And all points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed to find the best tactic out there. So that is a quick reminder of the rules. Let's take a look at our current leaderboard. So then, guys, this is our current top 10. Last week we have Footy Football on the channel with his 5-2-2-1, which did pretty well actually. Almost won him 4 trophies. He was so close to some of the trophies there. Finished third in the Premier League, 83 points, 128 goals scored, 44 conceded, which was pretty impressive. 2 goals per game, coming out with a win ratio of 70.31%. However, the main man is still at the top, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 with his asymmetric brilliance. I will leave a link to that in the description below so you guys can go and check that out. But that is a very good tactic. Will today's creator be able to knock him off the top of the leaderboard? Let's get into it and I'll introduce you to today's tactic. So then, guys, we are back at Arsenal for another edition of the tactic tester. And I have to say, today's creator, I guess that's what I'm going to call him, is his name's Ethan. He's one of the avid viewers in my stream. If you guys have been in the stream, I'm sure you would have heard of Ethan. Also massive member in the Discord community, popping wonder kids in the channels left, right and center. Very nice guy. And his tactic is going to be an interesting one because he's been doing a glory hunter save, which he's been updating us about in the Discord, and he's done very well with it. I think he won 4 Champions Leagues in a row with it whilst moving around to different clubs. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it gets on in our tactic tester today. So this is the tactic, guys. It's a 4-3-3. Positive mentality. I will run through everything in due course. It's interesting to see some of the roles here. They all seem pretty standard to the most part, but let's get into it and break it down. So sweeper, keeper on defend, in goal. Fullback on the right hand side on support, with the additional instruction of ease off tackles. If you guys didn't know how to add these, you can go on to edit here, and then he's put it as ease off tackles, as you can see here. The additional instructions come in with the red circle here and the sort of cog next to it for the advanced options. So that's how you can tell that it's either part of the role, or if it has these 2 things, that is a added instruction. So ball playing defender on defend, is this the same for both centre backs? It is. So both centre backs come with hold position and tackle more. As you can see, these are part of the role. And then ease off tackles again is the additional instruction. Left back is a wing back on support, much the same as comes with get further forward, comes with run wide with the ball, and also has ease off tackles as well. Defensive midfielder on support, again ease off tackles. Very interesting, this. I am very much the other side of the coin, and I just tell people to get stuck in left, right and centre and deal with the bookings. So box to box midfielder on support, just as it comes. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 on attack, with the added instructions of ease off tackles and shoot more often. Inverted wingers on both sides. I'll be very intrigued to see how these guys get on. I find that inverted wingers don't necessarily work as well as inside forwards for me, so it'd be interesting to see how these 2 get on. They have the same instructions. They're both on attack on both sides, and they come with the default instructions. Then the advanced forward, again coming with the default instructions. The mentality is positive. As you can see, it's a custom control possession, so when you guys go and set that up, that is how it is done. In possession then, playing fairly narrow, passing out of defense, shorter passing, higher tempo, mixed crosses, working the ball into the box. Pretty self-explanatory, as you would expect. Not a lot of instructions here. In transition, just counter press and counter when possession is won. Nothing else on any of these others. In terms of out of possession, higher line of engagement, higher defensive line, standard defensive width, use tighter marking, and pressing is extremely urgent, guys. So this is it. We do a random quick pick so you guys can see who will fill these roles the best. We do the quick pick, and this is what we've got. So Leno in goal, Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Thomas Partey as the defensive midfielder, Xhaka as the box-to-box midfielder, 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙤𝙪 as the Mezzala, Saka, Aubameyang, and obviously 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙤𝙪 up top. So guys, we are going to simulate the season and we will come back and see how Ethan's tactic has got on. I'll be back in just a sec. So then guys, we are back at the end of the season, and it is European football for Arsenal, and it is Champions League football for Arsenal. With Ethan's tactic, they have secured 4th in the Premier League, 72 points, 36 positive goal difference. It's not too bad. We definitely have seen better though. 93 points for Liverpool, 88 points for Manchester United, and 87 points for Manchester City. Is an incredible 3-horse race at the top of the Premier League. Arsenal, however, securing that 4th position by 3 points over Leeds. Chelsea are the team that drop out of everything and finish 6th in this simulation. Everton, Southampton, and Crystal Palace all getting relegated. It's very interesting, this one. So from what I can see here on the home screen, 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪, top goal scorer, 33 goals. 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪 is a very good advance forward in this game. Highest average rating coming from left back, 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪, great to see. Most assists coming from Willian with 17. Best pass completion, Rob Holding with 97%, as you kind of would expect from a centre-back. Most player of the match awards goes to Willian with 9, and most yellow cards falls to no other than David Luiz, picking up 9 yellow cards. However, no red cards this year. Seems like from the positioning it's been fairly consistent, having been 4th for quite a long period of time. They were 2nd at one point. I think 2nd is the highest they got in the league, and then yeah, just solidified that 4th position moving forward in the season. So we go over to the competitions tab. Let's take a look and see how things got on. So runners up in the Community Shield, losing to Liverpool, as it kind of does happen quite a lot in these simulations. Liverpool are still a massive juggernaut in FM21. Carabao Cup knocked out in the semi-finals by Leicester City. Ouch. That's going to be an interesting one to see how they got on with that. Knocked out in the 5th round of the FA Cup by West Ham. Obviously, West Ham having a massive resurgence in real life inside that top 4. So on current form, maybe you would expect that. In these simulations, Arsenal should be beating West Ham. Sorry, West Ham fans. Knocked out in the first knockout round of the Europa League by Lille. That's going to be a tough one to take. The board are going to be pretty frustrated with that. However, they did qualify for the Champions League in the league campaign. So, into the schedule then. What I've started to do on this is we are going to first and foremost look at the, well, let's look at the Community Shield. Lost on penalties to Liverpool. Not too disappointing with that, actually. Losing on penalties to Liverpool, I don't think that's a too bad result. In the Carabao Cup then, first things first, beating West Brom, beating Aston Villa, beating Burnley, and then losing again on penalties to Leicester City. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang being the one who missed that penalty. If we take a look at how the team's lined up here, 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪, Aubameyang, Willian, 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪, Partey, David Luiz as a defensive midfielder. Very interesting there. Aubameyang, as I said, missing the penalty for Arsenal. In terms of the FA Cup, how was their FA Cup? So they beat Exeter, then they beat Bolton. Again, another penalty shootout loss, this time to West Ham, who missed a penalty this time. Pepe, Bellerin, and Gabriel. Oh, good lord, everybody missed. Loads of misses in this penalty shootout here. Defence working quite nicely. Arsenal looking like a solid side. But West Ham getting the job done. Fabianski probably coming back to haunt Arsenal there. Again, another penalty shootout loss. How about the Europa League then? So, group stages. Astana, Lokomotiva, and CFR Cluj. Nice, solid, easy group. Get through that with winning all the games. Then they take on Lille in the first knockout round. They lose 1-0 away from home to a 90th minute goal, and then draw 0-0 at home. That is disappointing going out to Lille. In terms of the Europa League though, can we go to the final? Who won it? It's not over yet. AC Milan will take on Wolfsburg. How about the second knockout stage? This is where some of the big boys usually drop in. Or is it the first knockout round? First knockout round, isn't it? Where you get the Champions League knockout. So Napoli. Yeah, some interesting clubs in there. Would have been a difficult run through to the final anyway, but knocked out in the first round. And then let's take a look at the Premier League. Solid enough start, losing 1-0 to Leeds. Obviously, Leeds did finish in 5th, so is what it is there. The draw against Crystal Palace is pretty disappointing. Same with the draw against Fulham. Losing to Tottenham, you can kind of understand it, but that is a disappointing result. Drawing 1-1 against Chelsea, again, no bad result there. 2-2 with Manchester City is a positive result. Then losing 3-0 at the Etihad is kind of the reverse of that. Solid month of January here, losing 2-1 to Leicester. 82nd minute goal there for Leicester. It just seems like this, for some reason, hasn't fully clicked. And obviously, I know this is a good tactic because Ethan's posted his wins. So it definitely does work. Maybe not necessarily the tactic for you if you are going into a save with Arsenal. 3-3 draw with Wolves. Again, late goals in these simulations. Beating Manchester United is a good result in here, but one that Ethan will be upset about in real life, being a United fan. Losses to Sheffield United and West Ham. This looks like it's a very tough period here because this is where the Europa League will come in as well. Disappointing month. Despite beating Liverpool, I'm going to say this is a disappointing month of March. Draws with Everton, West Brom and Burnley, with a victory coming against Liverpool. So you can see this tactic has the components there, but maybe Arsenal don't necessarily have the players to facilitate it in the way that Ethan would have liked. 5-0 against Newcastle, beating West Ham 3-1, beating West Brom 6-2, and losing to Liverpool. That's actually a positive month for me, month of April. Then going into May, 2-2 draw with Brighton, beating Villa, beating Everton, losing 5-2 to Chelsea. That's a ridiculous result. Timo Werner with a hat-trick there, and then beating Manchester United on the final day of the season, 2-1, thanks to goals from 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 and Hector Bellerin. Doing the double over Manchester United, Ethan. Let me know in the comments how you think about that. What do you think about that? So we go into the squad then. Let's take a look at the squad in terms of how everybody has turned up this year. So in terms of appearances, Leno and 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 at the top of the leaderboard, as you kind of would expect. Willian, Gabriel, Thomas Partey, all good returns there in terms of games played. In terms of goals scored, I've noticed 𝘼𝙗𝙗's only played 41 there. Maybe he had a slight knock at some point in the season. In terms of goals then, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 with 33, 𝘼𝙗𝙗 with 17, Willian with 17 goals and 17 assists, a great return, and 12 for Dani Ceballos as well. Everyone else in single figures. In terms of assists, Willian is at the top with 17, Kieran Tierney with 16, 8 for Saka, and then you move down into the single digits. Again, pretty solid in terms of returns there. If we go into the team report and take a look at the analyst report, in terms of general performance, doing pretty well in terms of the Premier League average, doing pretty solid in pretty much every category there, except from shots on target ratio. As you can see, performing above average statistically, scores a high number of expected goals per 90 minutes compared to the average, finds the target with a relatively average number of shots, so their actual conversion rate is pretty good. In terms of scoring then, attacking efficiency, they're up here, a lot of shots per game, and they are relatively clinical with it as well, coming in at just under 13% conversion rate on 16 shots a game. I think that is pretty good, more clinical than a lot of teams, as you can see here. In terms of the defensive side of the ball then, we have the defensive efficiency, just on the line here, just inside quiet and impenetrable, just over 11% opposition conversion rate on, what's that, probably 9 and a bit goals, 9 and a bit shots per game. Face fewer shots per game than the average and concede fewer goals than would be expected from the number of shots that they face. In terms of formations then, guys, created a plus 47 in terms of clear-cut chances for and against, creating a chance every 40 minutes, which is pretty good. But giving up a chance every 69 minutes as well. Going into the formations faced, it did very, very well against the 4-2-3-1. and a 4-4-2 actually is very interesting to see. So a very, very positive tactic for 𝘼𝙗𝙗. I'm not sure how he's going to get on in terms of our leaderboard. Let me get my calculator out and we will take a look at the current state of our leaderboard. So then guys, this is the leaderboard, and unfortunately 𝘼𝙗𝙗, you do not crack it into our top 10. 𝘼𝙗𝙗's 4-3-3, I have his results here, coming in with 0 trophies, finished 4th inside the Premier League with 72 points. Games played 54, games won 32, coming out with a 59.26% win ratio. Scored 121 goals, conceded 51 goals, with an average goals per game of 2.24. Nothing to be sniffed at, with almost a 60% win ratio, with a tactic that has been designed for the teams that he's been using. However, he has not made it inside our top 10. So then guys, that is another tactic tester in the books. We have completed 19 of these now. Our leaderboard is pretty stacked, and the threshold that you have to get inside our top 10 is almost around a 70% win-loss ratio. It's been another interesting one. If you guys think that you have a tactic that can dominate our leaderboard, don't forget to join the Discord. The link will be at the top of the description. We have a channel in the Discord for tactic tester submissions. Please do drop your tactic in there, and we would love to get you on the series as quick as humanly possible. But until next time guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and don't forget to ring that bell so you're told every time I upload a new video. But that's it for today. Take care, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on another video very, very soon.